The owner of a small women's boutique clothing store in a small town in Tennessee is upset after her landlord hung a giant Joe Biden and Kamala Harris sign above her store and scared away all of her customers. I'm Tony, and this is Real Estate Investing and Landlord News. Alright, so I have an interesting story for you today. I call it a funny story, and it's coming out of the great state of Tennessee. So obviously Tennessee is a state that leans more towards the conservative side, much more towards the Republicans, right? And this story actually it's a landlord story where I don't like what the landlord did in it, okay? This is kind of a rare thing. I'm going to talk a little bit of garbage about this landlord for doing this business owner dirty, okay? So this story, it was quite interesting when I came across it. I laughed when I saw the pictures and everything because it was so ridiculous. So basically, this landlord decided, hey, I'm going to hang a giant billboard on my property that's, basically promoting the presidential candidate that they enjoy, which is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, okay? And the only problem is this is a small town in Tennessee. It leans much, much more conservative, and you're hanging the sign over a business that is located inside the property, right? So you're scaring away the customers from this business by hanging up this sign in a conservative leaning town. So yeah, the business owner is not happy about it and is pretty upset with this landlord. So yeah, kind of a crazy story there. So, obviously, my personal opinion is, as a landlord, as a business owner, we should be trying to get as much business from both sides of the political aisle. You know what? Doesn't bother me one bit if you're my customer and you support a political candidate that I don't support, okay? And I'm not going to publicly promote either political candidate because I don't want to scare customers away. So I think that's bad business on the part of the landlord there. Not only that, but you're doing your client, the people who are renting the building from you, you're doing them dirty, okay? You're doing them dirty by scaring away their potential customers. So before I get into the article, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button, maybe leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. So first of all, would you hang a political sign on any of your properties? Like I said, I would not, okay? And I'll take business from pretty much anybody. I don't give a crap, long as your money's green. Okay, I'm a capitalist. We might have our disagreements on policies and which political candidates we enjoy, but you know what? I have rented to many people on the other side of the political spectrum before, and they paid their rent on time. That's the only thing that mattered to me, okay? And I'm not going to burn them. In terms of them putting political signs out on my properties when I am renting it to them, well, that doesn't bother me either. Okay, as long as it is within the rules for the city or the subdivision which they're in, they can do whatever they want. It doesn't bother me one bit. And because, you know what, I don't live there when they are leasing the property from me. Now, in terms of a business owner doing it, I could see maybe an attached housing, it might scare away other tenants, or like in an apartment complex, it might be against the rules because, they don't want that kind of inflammatory stuff going around. But, since I do single family houses, it's a little bit different. So anyway, put in the comments what you believe should be the rules when it comes to political signs and stuff. So anyway, let's get into this article. This article is coming from the Daily Mail, and it says, boutique owner's landlord erects a pro-Biden sign over her business. So obviously, Joe Biden he's not getting a lot of love right now from his fans, okay? A lot of people, they don't have a lot of faith in him. And so, especially in this little small town that's, much more right-leaning, bad idea to hang a giant Joe Biden sign anywhere. Anyway, let's see what the article says. A shop owner is furious her landlord secretly hung an enormous Joe Biden banner over her store after sales plummeted in the conservative town. Angie Monahan arrived at Honey Blossom Boutique, her women's clothing shop in Lenoir City, Tennessee, on Saturday to find the 20-foot by 10-foot sign staring at her. She said locals in the small town where Trump got 75% of the vote in 2020 quickly started avoiding her business like the plague. So obviously, if you had a giant sign hanging up over your store, people are going to assume that you put the sign up or that this is a political candidate that you support. So the fact that she did not put the sign up and that it was actually the landlord, the building owner, well, that's telling you that, hey, you know what, this landlord is doing you dirty, okay? So the sign reads, Biden-Harris, truth over lies. Monahan now keeps a gun in the store after receiving threats and blames the banner on the upper floor of the building for a 50% drop in sales. So, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because, you know, people were not happy about seeing this giant sign. And they have a picture of the sign here in the article. I'll throw that up on the screen. You can see the building in this picture, and it's a gigantic sign, okay? Landlord really did this boutique dirty, okay? And I don't know, I don't care, like I said before, I don't care what your political affiliation is, and I'm pretty sure the boutique owner doesn't care either. You know, the boutique owner might even support this candidate. I don't know. The article doesn't say that. But you're scaring away customers. She lost 50% of her clientele just from this sign hanging up there. So, you know, I would go to the landlord. I'd be like, if you don't pull this sign down right now, you know, I'm out of here. You know, I'm going to break this lease. You know, this is a violation of, this should be a violation, you know, like I should be able to break this lease. You know, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely dumb. Okay. You know, like, it kind of pisses me off, honestly. Okay. You know, and it's not just that I don't support Joe Biden, which I obviously don't, right? But like I said, you know, you're hurting this business. This business is the people who pay you. If they're not able to pay the rent to you because you scared away all their customers, then you're losing. You're hurting yourself. So keep your political views to yourself and stop trying to treat your business like you're on some sort of mission from God. That's stupid, okay? So let me continue. I did not put this sign on my building, she wrote in a series of furious posts on the shop's social media pages. No one associated with downtown or city would have done this. After an attempt on Trump's life, this is just downright sick. Monahan insisted she would feel the same way if it was a huge Donald Trump banner, as she didn't want her business to be seen as being political. Desperate to get her sales back on track, she hung her own smaller sign reading, "This business did not hang this sign," with arrows pointing up. Yeah, so it sounds from the article, it sounds like that after the assassination attempt on former President Trump, the business owner, I guess, or not the business owner, but the landlord, the property owner, decided to hang this sign up. And, you know, like, talk about bad timing. This is, you know, like, I agree with the business owner here when she's saying, hey, I don't want to be political. I don't want a giant Trump sign. I don't want a giant Biden sign. I don't want a giant whoever sign. I just want to sell my product to whichever customers are coming in my store. And now you're putting me in the middle of a political game that I don't want to be involved in and hurting my business. And this is ridiculous. So obviously, you know, I'm on her side. The property owner should take the sign down. I think this landlord is dirty for doing this kind of garbage. And, you know, I'm just curious if other landlords on here see this the same way as I do. You know, like I said, even if my tenants wanted to put political signs up at their single family homes, I wouldn't have a problem with it because, you know, like, the single family homes obviously are a different story than like a large apartment complex or like a commercial property such as this here. So, you know, it's a little bit different situation, but I do know landlords that wouldn't enjoy seeing the opposing party's political sign at a house that they own. So I'm just kind of curious what other landlords on here think.